The Kaaba, located at the heart of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, serves as the focal point for millions of Muslims who turn toward it during their daily prayers. This ancient structure, revered as the holiest site in Islam, is more than just a physical edifice. It embodies the spiritual unity of Muslims around the globe, transcending borders and ethnic divisions. Each prayer, a moment of personal and communal connection, reaffirms a shared identity as believers of Allah's message. The act of facing the Kaaba, known as the Qibla, becomes a poignant reminder that no matter where they are in the world, Muslims are all part of a single devoted community. This powerful symbolism of unity resonates deeply, reminding us that faith can bridge even the widest of divides. As we explore the architectural wonders of the Kaaba, we come to appreciate its unsuspecting yet significant cubic form, which stands about 15 meters tall. Made primarily of granite stones, the structure showcases a rich history defined by both its design and the materials used over the centuries. Though it may appear modest, the Kaaba's historical journey tells a story of resilience and reverence. Each stone has been meticulously shaped and held together with mortar, representing a continuous bond between the past and the present. Inside, the Kaaba is relatively sparse, allowing the focus to remain on the immense spiritual significance it holds rather than on lavish decorations or furnishings. This simplicity evokes humility and piety, encouraging pilgrims to reflect on their devotion to God as they move around its hallowed exterior. Moreover, the Kaaba's history intertwines with profound narratives and events that shaped Islam as we know it today. From the black stone enshrined in its eastern corner, often believed to be a celestial gift for humanity, to the tales of the prophets that have walked its grounds, the site is steeped in layers of significance that invite exploration and contemplation. Each year, during Hajj, millions undertake the sacred act of Tawaf, circling the Kaaba 7 times, drawing parallels between their movements and the cosmic orbits of celestial bodies. This ritual isn't just an act of devotion, it's a profound symbol of existence, where each believer acknowledges not only the centrality of God in their lives, but also the interconnectedness of all creation. Together, they embody a timeless thread that weaves individual faith into a grand narrative of humanity's collective yearning for spiritual fulfillment. Every year, millions of Muslims embark on the sacred pilgrimage of Hajj, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, drawing them to the majestic presence of the Kaaba. This journey is not merely about the physical act of traveling to a holy site. It encompasses profound rituals that connect pilgrims to their faith, their community, and their history. Central to Hajj is the ritual known as Tawaf, which involves circling the Kaaba 7 times in a counterclockwise direction. As worshippers move in unison around the Kaaba, they embody a collective expression of devotion and reverence, reminding themselves of the divine presence that this sacred structure represents. The act of Tawaf becomes a spiritual dance, symbolizing the orbits of celestial bodies around the divine core of creation, God. The movements during Tawaf are steeped in historical significance, reflecting both the practices established by the Prophet Muhammad and earlier traditions linked to key figures in Islamic history. As pilgrims walk around the Kaaba, they recall that the Prophet Muhammad himself performed this sacred act, guiding his followers to enact the same rituals. The intention behind the Tawaf extends beyond the mere act of walking. It invites pilgrims to engage in reflection and supplication as they move. Each step taken is imbued with purpose, reminding them of their commitment to faith and the shared history of Muslim believers across generations. This powerful connection between ritual and worship creates a palpable sense of belonging, as pilgrims supplant their individual identities in pursuit of a communal spiritual awakening. The symbolism behind the act of circumambulation also resonates deeply within the framework of Islamic teachings found in the Quran. As they circle the Kaaba, pilgrims often recite prayers and express their hopes and desires, acknowledging their submission to God's will. The number 7, which signifies perfection and completion in Islamic cosmology, enhances the experience as participants reflect on the seven heavens and the divine order of the universe. Ultimately, the ritual of Tawaf transcends the physical act, becoming a transformative spiritual journey that connects the past with the present. Each pilgrimage is not just a fulfillment of a duty. It invites each participant to consider their place within a broader narrative of faith, a narrative that is continuously being written by believers who gather at the Kaaba year after year, united in purpose, spirit, and devotion. At the eastern corner of the Kaaba lies the enigmatic black stone, a sacred relic that holds profound significance in Islamic tradition. This stone, which some scholars believe to be a meteorite, is encased in a silver frame and has experienced a tumultuous history marked by damage, restoration, and reverence. Folklore intertwines with faith as stories of the black stone connect it to the narratives of Adam and Eve, suggesting that it was a heavenly sign bestowed upon them to guide their way when they were cast out of the Garden of Eden. The idea that Adam and Eve built the first altar to God at the site of this stone gives it not only historical importance, but also an air of mystery and divine connection that captivates millions of pilgrims every year. The journey of the black stone's physical existence is equally fascinating. Throughout history, it has endured sieges, theft, and even breakage. Yet each time, it has been restored and returned to its central position in the Kaaba. Notably, during a siege in 683 CE, the stone was damaged but later pieced back together by devoted hands. In another intriguing episode, a sect known as the Kharijites stole it and kept it for over 100 years before it was recovered. Such events have only intensified the sense of reverence surrounding the black stone, as pilgrims from around the world hope to touch or kiss it, actions steeped in centuries of tradition. For many, making a physical connection with the stone is not just a desire. It is a rush of spiritual fulfillment that ties them to the collective history of their faith. The theological implications surrounding the black stone are rich and layered. For many Muslims, approaching the black stone is a symbol of humility and a pathway to seeking forgiveness. While some might mistakenly view the focus on the stone as a form of worship, Islamic teachings clarify that these practices are aimed at the worship of God alone. The stone serves as a physical focal point, enabling believers to express their faith more tangibly during their pilgrimage. Each prayer and supplication made in its presence acts as a testament to the unwavering devotion Muslims hold for their beliefs and traditions, creating a bridge between the earthly and the divine. The black stone, steeped in narrative and history, remains a lasting icon of faith, uniting the past with the present. And millions of pilgrims continue to approach it in reverence year after year. The Masjid al-Haram, the grand mosque that houses the Kaaba, stands as a testament to both faith and architectural ambition, evolving over centuries to meet the needs of the millions who visit each year. This complex has experienced numerous renovations and expansions since its initial construction, with each iteration reflecting not just a need for space, but an interpretation of Islamic values and the importance of communal worship. The mosque's design has expanded its footprint dramatically, allowing it to accommodate up to 3 million pilgrims during the peak seasons, particularly during Hajj. As we explore the architectural evolution of this sacred space, we see how engineering and design have integrated with the spiritual experience, providing believers with a place to connect with their faith and community. The most recent expansion, conducted from 2008 to 2023, sparked significant discussions regarding the preservation of historical sites within the mosque complex. While the expansion aimed to improve accessibility and enhance the overall experience for pilgrims, it was not without its controversies. Some elements of the project, particularly the construction of the clock tower, were erected over historically significant sites, including the graves of notable early Muslim figures. This has raised questions about the balance between modernization and preservation, as many believers feel a deep connection to the history of their faith. The tensions surrounding these developments highlight the broader conversation about how we honor both the past and present in sacred spaces, a reflection of the ongoing struggle between modernity and tradition in religious contexts. As the structure continues to evolve, so does the pilgrimage experience for millions of Muslims. Each visit to the Masjid al-Haram now intertwines the old with the new, providing an environment that marries advanced technology with spiritual heritage. The mosque itself is equipped with modern amenities such as cooling systems, prayer facilities, and crowd management techniques designed to ensure safety and comfort for all pilgrims. Yet, even among these advancements, the heart of the pilgrimage remains grounded in faith, community, and devotion. The architectural evolution of the Masjid al-Haram thus serves as a microcosm of the journey of Islam itself, rooted in rich history while embracing the future, shaping the way believers experience their faith in a modern world. The Kaaba's history is both rich and complex, serving as a focal point for centuries of spiritual significance and cultural transformation. Originally, it was a sanctuary for pre-Islamic Arabian tribes, a place of polytheistic worship where idols and deities were venerated. The Kaaba was surrounded by 360 idols, each representing various gods and goddesses, indicative of the diverse beliefs that influenced the tribes of the Arabian Peninsula. This early era highlights a time of religious plurality, where the Kaaba stood as a critical sacred site before the advent of monotheism took root within its walls. As we explore this historical evolution, we discover that the Kaaba has always been more than just a physical structure. It embodies the spiritual aspirations of a community seeking meaning and connection with the divine. The transformative moment for the Kaaba came with the life of the Prophet Muhammad, who, according to Islamic tradition, redefined its purpose as a site dedicated exclusively to the worship of one God. In 630 CE, after returning to Mecca from exile, Muhammad found the Kaaba filled with idols. This prompted a significant ideological shift. The Prophet destroyed the images of polytheistic deities, restoring the Kaaba as a sanctum for monotheism. This act symbolized not just a physical cleansing, but a deeper spiritual reclamation, asserting that the Kaaba's role was to unify believers under the banner of Islam. The stories surrounding this period illustrate the communal struggle for identity and faith in the early Muslim community, as the Kaaba transitioned from a place of diverse worship to the heart of Islamic practice. As the Islamic community grew, so too did the significance of the Kaaba in shaping Muslim identity. It became a central symbol of devotion, infusing the collective consciousness of believers with the values and teachings of Islam. Not only did the Kaaba serve as the designated Qibla, the direction Muslims faced during prayer, but it also became a unifying force during historical events such as the Hajj pilgrimage, which further cemented its centrality in Islamic life. The Kaaba's representation of faith and identity has continued to evolve over the centuries, reflecting the complexities of its history while adapting to the needs of a growing global Muslim community. Today, it stands not only as a physical structure, but as a powerful symbol of unity, faith, and the enduring legacy of a transformative era in religious history. In the contemporary world, the Kaaba continues to serve as a vital spiritual touchpoint for Muslims, symbolizing a connection to their faith and community. The pilgrimage of Hajj, which takes place annually, brings millions of individuals from diverse backgrounds together, each performing rituals that have remained consistent through the ages. As they circle the Kaaba, the experience is not just about physical movement. It embodies a connection to a timeless tradition of worship that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries. The atmosphere is charged with an intense devotion as pilgrims unite in their shared purpose, affirming their identity as part of the global Muslim Ummah. The sense of belonging is palpable, reminding everyone that they are part of something far more significant than themselves. However, modernity has also introduced both challenges and opportunities for how individuals engage with the Kaaba. The logistics surrounding Hajj have evolved dramatically to accommodate the massive influx of pilgrims, especially as the number can rise to over 2 million during the pilgrimage. The Saudi government has implemented extensive infrastructure projects, from accommodation to transportation, ensuring that every traveler can navigate the experience with relative ease. Moreover, advancements in technology have made it possible for pilgrims to plan their journeys better than ever before, using apps and resources to enhance their spiritual experience. As pilgrims participate in these rituals, they do so with the understanding that their worship occurs within a framework designed to respect both their traditions and modern needs. Interestingly, the Kaaba's influence even extends to modern scenarios that challenge conventional notions of prayer. For instance, the question of how one orients towards the Kaaba from space arose when astronauts undertook missions on the International Space Station. The conclusion drawn was that if they could determine the direction of the Kaaba, they should orient themselves accordingly. If not, they could simply face Earth. This illustrates the adaptability of Islamic practices, combining fundamentals of faith with practical realities of modern life.